Happy New Year and welcome to Expressions, your #1 youth current affairs show. Joba sesngenile ku 2022. Expressions continues to be your #1 youth current affairs show, and since we used to discussing isn't they serious all year round, namhlanje we decided to change tact a bit as we're going to be reflecting on the year that was, also talking about New Year's resolutions. Do you have New Year's resolutions? Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? And what is your take on New Year's resolutions? Do communicate with us enkundleni zethu zokuxhumana sikhona ku Facebook as well as on Twitter as expressions_X. Now our first stop, of course, takes us to an event where we're touching base with various celebrities to find out what their take on New Year's resolutions are. Of course, I don't want to give away too much. All I can just say is take a look at this. Namhlanje, we thought we'd change tact kancane. That's why we find ourselves at the Mall of Africa, where we're catching up with celebrities wanting to find out whether New Year's resolutions exist. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Let's go touch base with our celebrities. I'm so excited. Talk to us about the new year. What are your plans? What can we expect from uMashabela in the new year?
New year, I don't know, man. I'm dropping you know me and products, because since COVID, you must have a side hustle. So I'm pushing my side hustle and focusing on my comedy career.
Okay, Mashabela sikhuluma nolusha lala eMzansi, phecelezi the youth kwi-expressions. Baqeda kuqala unyaka omusha. What would you like to say to them? If bakhona bahleli ekhaya, some of them lost hope because of COVID. Some of them are just listening to you right now as they are planning their move for the year. What would you like to say to them?
Youth and alcohol. And baratadi shortcut, they don't want to work hard like we used to. Abanya kuyazigela, banyaka di short cost about 3 months, 6 months. Abanya kuya varsity. Baratadi shortcut, Lambo slay queen. Barata soft life, but they don't want to work hard. Go to school, study, then nagitwa skolo. Banana comedian fella. I've got an honors from VETS. I don't normally talk about it. I've got an honors from VETS University. It's in next cross point, skolo. You must always have something to fall back on.
Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? That's the big question on the show. Can you stick to them, in fact?
Yeah, no, they only last for a month. Most of the time, the New Year resolution is weight. And I did last via gymming for 2 months. Then after that, fast stop. But what I can say to you, after COVID has taught us a lot of things. Keep your circle very small. That was my resolution for this year. I did that because I thought about it. During the COVID, we were going through hell. There were no friends around us. Yeah, if you want to be successful in life, keep your circle very small.
Okay, now, so we continue to be your #1 youth current affairs show, bringing you this New Year's Day special on the show, Muntomosha Lapika. Now we're touching base with DJ Moby Dixon. It's great to have you on the show. How's it?
Super rocking, man.
Do you believe in New Year's resolutions, and do you think people have it in them to stick to them?
Yeah, I mean, I think they are goals, you know, to some extent. So I think I do believe in them. I do believe people should set goals, you know, in the year. And that's one thing I also want to leave out there to the youth out there. You know, always set goals for yourself and measure. You know, have measurements. Okay, if this is my goals for 2022, June 22, how far am I? You know, and you just work towards your goals. And each year you document them and you grow.
All right, so Sis Noma, you are talking to a whole lot of young people njengamanje. Abanye babo are still thinking bazowenzani kulo nyaka omusha. Abanye babo haven't really figured it out. Some of them are even, you know, in a patch of despair about bazokwenza njani in this year. Please inspire them.
So what I can say to everyone, just trust yourself and follow your passion and do research as much as you can. As much as you can. When you look around, you think like the market is saturated, but it has a room for everyone, every individual, especially all of us in South Africa.
Talk to us about your New Year's resolutions. Do you have any New Year's resolutions? Do you believe in New Year's resolutions?
I do, but actually, like in 2022, I don't have one because of the pandemic. Because I think now we're just planning according to the pandemic.
Yeah.
It depends which level we are on. There's a third wave, there's a fourth wave. Like we plan accordingly. So I already just switch my mind to whatever happens, I move with the flow.
See, Expressions manje sesibheka 2022. Talk to us about our New Year's resolutions. Do you believe in New Year's resolutions? Do you have any New Year's resolutions? What can we expect from Zanda Zakuza?
As hard as it is, considering our current situation with the pandemic, I do have New Year's resolutions. I want to do a world tour because we've seen that it's possible. Hopefully the bans will be lifted and we can get back to work.
Talk to us about the secret to your success, the secret to longevity, because there are young girls ababukela ku Zanda Zakuza right now thinking, ngifuna kuba segaming njengoZanda. Benza njani?
The most important thing I feel is to be as honest as you possibly can with yourself. Don't let the game play you, rather you play the game. It's not as easy or as glamorous as it looks on TV. So pace yourself.
Yeah.
There's no rush. There's no such thing as being an overnight success. A lot of hard work and perseverance goes into it.
Yep, no such thing as overnight success.
So embrace that. It's all about the journey, not the destination, babies.
Are we talking about New Year's resolutions and whether or not you believe in New Year's resolutions? Do you have New Year's resolutions?
New Year's resolutions for me don't work because the next day after New Year's it's another day. So it's like for me it's a continuation of what I've planned probably 5 years ago. 2022 for me is about touring and getting the music out there to the people. All of South Africa and international community as well, just going out there. That's the plan for 2022.
So Gangnam has got platinum.
Because it's great to have you on Expressions, baby girl. I always say she's with us again on the show today. As South Africa's shining brightest star, no, my New Year's resolutions.
Yes.
Talk to us about the inspiration that you're giving to young people on the 3rd of the new year.
Zwine nga tou mazwine ndi zwa uri vhathu hafho nnḓa kha hafho kha vha ḓiṱhogomele nga nṱhani uri ṅwaha na muṅwe tshi thoma u thoma na zwithu zwiswa ndi nga dzina musi ri khou thoma nga mini nga kokovha so vhone kha vha thome na zwithu zwiswa vho ḓiṱhogomela nga hanefho nnḓa ndi vha funa nga maanḓesa awe.
Such fascinating insights from Osaziwayo Betu. And of course, they're also gearing up for another year, seeing that 2021 saw them facing so many challenges amid a global pandemic. Siqhubekela phambili ke ngale nkulumo yethu ebalulekile around New Year's resolutions when we come back. You watching Expressions. We're back after this. Welcome back. You're still watching Expressions, and this is our New Year's special edition of the show. Well, I'm so glad that we're able to have conversations around our New Year's resolutions, because then you get to sense Uguti what are people going to be getting up to throughout the year. And of course, and let us know what your New Year's resolutions are. Well, the next stop takes us to Mamelodi, where we are speaking to a traditional healer who gives us a sneak peek into this year. Oh, Wafetu, I must say that I did get a bit spooked out about some of his predictions, but I'm not going to give out much. Take a look at this. So in our quest to continue inkulumo zethu around New Year's and New Year's resolutions, the next stop finds us here in Mamelodi East, where we're touching base with a traditional healer who's going to be, giving us a few predictions around what this year is going to be like. Let's go and meet him. Sigbingelo sikwamukele Expressions. It's great to have you on the show again.
Thokozani sanibonani.
Yebo. So, Mkhulu, I want you to speak to us about some of our challenges oye wahlangabezana nawo ku 2021.
The COVID, obviously. COVID has taken a lot of its toll. We've seen a lot of people die, and still they lost imsebenzi. And in terms of ukutwasa, we couldn't have a bigger crowd of students because of COVID. We were afraid. But COVID changed umhlaba because obviously it seems like it's gonna be a disease esizophila nayo for the rest of our lives. So economy-wise, it was bad for our country. Even us as traditional healers, we couldn't travel as much as we wanted. Ukuyohamba siyogubha imithi, sihlangane senza ama-workshops, attend ama-workshops.
So now, sesikhuluma ngo 2022, it's 2022 manje. What are you looking forward to kulo nyaka omusha?
I'm looking forward to ukuthi ngathi COVID ngathi kwehla kancane. So that izinto sizokwazi ukuvuleka ne-economy yethu ithi ukuphakama, because our economy is very, very weak. As you can see, petrol and diesel is expensive, and chances are next year izinto ziyodura kakhulu. But uma izinto zingavuleka i-COVID yangathi wehla kancane, we'll have large students. Even our clients, some of our clients beba fragile, bebasaba ukuze bazohlangana nabanye abantu. You do bababhuke ama-appointment because abafuna ukuthi kube ne-crowd more than 10 people inside la i-Jardine.
Abantu abaningi banokusetha ama-New Year's resolutions kube into mhlambe that they planning on changing enyakeni omusha, mhlambe bafuna ukwenza ama-adjustments athizeni in their lives. When uyakholelwa kuma-New Year's resolutions njengomholi wezindaba?
Yes and no.
Yeah, talk to us about that.
Because some izinto oziplanayo, and at the end of the day uthola ukuthi uma unyaka uqala izinto ziyashintsha. But you should set ama goals wakho for the new year.
Yeah. So what are your goals, Mkhulu? I'm going to put you on the spot.
Bigger things.
Yeah.
Bigger things. We lose. I can't reveal them here. Yeah, but bigger things. I'm hoping ukuthi nalaba basiphethe abaholi bethu ngathi kungaba nokuzwanana kuyadonsana, especially here in Gauteng. So my wish ukuthi ngathi izinto zingathi wehla kancane zibuyele esimeni. I think especially when it comes to abuse ne GBV, I think more men should attend ama workshops la kuzokhulunywa kakhulu, because you'd say ukuthi South Africa we are angry, especially when it comes to women. Asikwazi ukuhlala phansi sikhulume kahle, kuyalwiwa nalama abuse. Abantu besilisa they bottle inside uma banezinkinga. You understand? Go to clinics, kube nama social workers. We should have people abenza nama house to house. Dala besizibona lezinto. You'll find a social worker inongena uzobuza ukuthi la ekhaya kunjani. But these days izinto eziningi azisekho.
Cool. So my favorite part, and in terms of why we're here as well, was a look ahead to the new year.
Yes.
We're talking about 2022. Uzosinika nje i-forecast eyakho ukuthi u-2022 uzoluka kanjani for uMzansi Africa.
Okay.
So yeah, let's go ahead, Mkhulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thokoza bugogo. Nokumathasela kumathila. Nesicela. Sifuna ukwazi ukuthi kwenzeka yini ngoba obviously not looking good. Also, it's bad. More violence.
Oh no.
Yes, in terms of taxi industry, a lot of people basazoshona because kuyabulalana la kugcwele igazi nefeli mnyama elikhona. And the COVID thing, it's still isazoba khona. We're still gonna have it, and isazomosha kakhulu. Sisazobuyela ku lockdown even next year. Our politicians kusadonsana. I see a lot of our politicians they're going to prison. Sengikhuluma ngabantu abadala. And umangiza esayitini le economy yethu, we going to struggle kakhulu, izinto ziyodura kakhulu, bread and everything, izinto ziyodura. 2022 it's not going to be nice, especially for us South Africans. More celebrities abasazoshona, abantu abadala basazoshona, abantu abadala kakhulu laba sebabhekwe ukuthi bangasiza ngokuthize la emhlabeni. Kunomuntu omdala kakhulu ozoshona, and it will be a shock la eSouth Africa.
Wow, mkhulu. So, but how is it looking for ulusha lala eMzansi?
Not good. Still, youth yethu is still struggling in terms of umsebenzi kakhulu. So it's still bad for our youth. It's what I can say. Ngathi laba badala baphethe bangathi ukulungisa, because I see kuzoba netoyitoyi eningi. Yes. Kusazobangwa kakhulu. Because abantu bayalwa ukuthi abanamsebenzi. So uMzansi uzosha. Mamelodi Sundowns will still do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mamelodi Sundowns isazophumelela futhi.
Yeah.
Yes. A surprise package ikhona iteam esazobangaza abaningi.
Royal AM.
Mamkhize usazobashaya. Usazobashaya kodwa Sundowns will win. The Blue Bulls will also win.
All right.
Yeah. In terms of our cricket team, we're still gonna struggle. Yes, because ngaphakathi eteamini yethu ye-cricket yala eSouth Africa kusanempi, kusanokudonsana. Akukazwanani kahle.
Kulu, thank you so much for your predictions. We appreciate it so much. Well, there you have it again, Muntomosha. All the latest predictions ahead of 2022 as we continue to have this conversation around our New Year's resolutions. Okay, you're still watching the Expressions New Year's special edition show, Muntomosha, and of course, do communicate with us in Nkundleni Zethu Zokuxhumana. We want to know about your New Year's resolutions. Do you have any at all? Let us know. We continue with this important conversation. Masbuya, stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Expressions, and this is your New Year's special edition show. We're glad to have you on the show, namhlanje, and we hope you guys are slowly easing into the new year. Siqhubekela phambili ke ngama reflections of the past year, as well as looking at New Year's resolutions. We, of course, took to the streets to find out what you have to say about our New Year's resolutions. It's so exciting. Take a look at this.
2022 into engifuna ukubona ama-drugs agcwele abafowethu ba busy babhemana nama-drugs. The only thing esingaqeda ama-drugs ngayo, those businessmen around the community esihlala kuyo, ukuthi basponsorishe labantu laba abayenza isports, bancede labantu abanceda amajita ekasi ababakhuthazayo ukuthi badlale isports. That's the only way to fight with those people who are selling drugs in our community.
Abantu baphele imisebenzi, abantu abanamali. Into esicela kakhulu ngathi kunyaka ozayo abantu babe nomsebenzi. Yabona impilo izoba right, bokunzima nalisi corona besiphethe tough kakhulu. But siyabonga namhlanje ukuthi ugovernment wethu usivulele ukuthi at least siphume sibona abanye abantu. Siyakhuleka sifuna impilo enhle kuNkulunkulu. Sonke into ukuthi unyaka ozayo siyakhuleka njalo ngo12 ukuthi nje ngonyaka ozayo yonke into ishintshe, siyacela each and every time.
I don't believe on that. I don't know what is that. Explain to me, what is New Year revolution?
You know, sometimes we plan things, but zingahambi ngendlela le thina siziplane ngayo. But we have to plan for resolution. I want change, I want growth nje. I want prosperity nje empilweni yami. I've been through a lot, so I want change. I'm just hoping ukuthi 2022 angeke afana no 2021. But we'll never know nge-COVID izinto ziyatshintsha uyabona.
I do believe in resolutions, but it's been very hard to stick to them because of this pandemic for the past, you can say, 2 years now. going forward ngasingafumaneka amathuba amatsha for iSpan for abantu abatsha, because we are the ones abangakwazi ukuchinja the economy after all. So if abantu abatsha abana positive mind, obviously baza end up becinga ezinye short ways of making money okanye ukuhlanganisa ends of living. So if ungavuleka more amathuba eSpan then ngangcono,
because ayenza ukuthi ni plan ahead yabona, yeah, ukuthi the following year ngifuna ukuthi kwenzakaleni empilweni yami yabona. Yeah,
as much as sihlala si believer kuma resolution, siku this situation now and we're not even sure ukuthi sawuphuma kanjani, because if mawuchecka the way kwenzeka ngakhona ngathi this thing isezohlala nathi, and I'm very worried because in future sizoba nenkinga. Ngifuna imali, ngifuna nje ukubona uchintsho, but the worst the most thing endidingayo ukuthi at least man sithi masibatsha senze izinto ngendlela different. Let us at least move from the mentality yomsebenzi, but thina as a youth let us create our own thing. I mean, you must business wise, let us go for business so that we can employ others, because ngathi lento isezohlala nathi lemthana.
2022 ungathi ngavulela like imisebenzi eminingi, vulele ama opportunities amaningi like ikolo, like ukhe wabona abantwana baye esikolweni, stuff like that, you know. Like now I'm basically on school actually.
Phela umuntu kumele uphile impilo enephupho. Yeah. Ukuthi nakanjani mawuphila impilo enephupho iyakuphusha lo nto nakanjani uyigcine vele nakanjani. Ugcina usuphila lo mpilo lo. Yazi I'm still hoping for some more. Yeah, namanje ngivene one esebenza sawume. Mangayibona nje makuphela unyaka kuna 3 or kuna 2. This lapho bekusebenzekile. Yini nithi ngikunyela massage. Akana massage kudula kilo 1. And makhakule asara gabuzi.
We must all go and vaccinate, you know, because it's so important to vaccinate. Yeah, so like, yeah, I'm so happy because you came and interviewed us, you know, like, hello.
Well, this is where we leave it for today's special edition and New Year's show for Expressions. It's always glad to have Olosha, of course, you know, talking about New Year's resolutions and plans for the year. Mundomusha, we thank you so much for your contribution in Kundlen Zethu Zokuxhumana about today's topic. And of course, we as Expressions will continue to be your agent of change and continue and challenge the public discourse, because we are your mouthpiece as Umundomusha. Going forward in 2022, we're looking forward to giving you nothing but the best of youth current affairs. From me, Umxolisi Masango, and the rest of the team, we wish you a spectacular year ahead. Take care. Salegahle.
Vamos,